Maayong adlaw mga higala.
Kumusta ka muda, Sara sa Visayas?
Ito ang programang bumubomba sa mga current issues. Mga sinserong tulong, mga chismis na aangat sa mga puwit ninyo. ang mga corny jokes.
At ang inyong mga karapatan sa ilalim ng ating batas. Attorney Clint at your service.
Makipagpuntahan, buksan ang inyong mga mata. Oh yeah, makilahok at makisaya sa tambalang bumubomba.
Kiko Barsaga, the second youngest member of the House of Representatives today. Maingay, controversial, and now suspended by his peers.
Is Cavite 4th District Representative Kiko Barzaga a new breed of politicians, a Trojan horse, or kulang lang sa pansin, KSP?
Meow meow.
May tanong ako sa iyong personal.
Yes.
May totoo ba yung sinasabi na binabayaran ka ng late father mo ng 30,000 pesos maligo lang?
The Gen Z are raised on the internet, and the internet, what goes viral are those who are more eccentric. So they view it as an extension of their success if they're able to replicate those things. So nakita ng mga kabataan ngayon ay kung ano yung mga nagiging popular doon,
Yeah.
ay kung ano yung iba sa nagiging normal. Kaya
It
yung mga
becomes a
Gen
trend.
Z, ay yung mga naging
Becomes a
trendy
trend.
Gen Z, sila yung mga hindi nag-act ng kagaya ng mga normal na mga tao. Kasi pag ginahin natin yung normal, we'll always get the same results if we follow the same patterns.
Pero bakit parang maraming galit na colleagues mo sa Congress, pero mas maraming tagahanga mo sa labas? Yung mga taong bayan.
Kasi parang public sentiment siya eh. Pag yung publiko galit na sa Congress and someone embodies that anger of the public at Congress's corruption, then Congress itself would naturally react negatively to the public's anger. So parang yung galit ng taong bayan, dinadala ko sa Kongreso, tapos nakita nila yun at iniisip nila na ako yung rason kung ba't galit ng taong bayan sa kanila.
In other words,
But
you're
the-
representing
Yes.
this marginalized sector indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
Parang party list, but instead
Yeah.
of representing
Yeah, I know.
a specific sector, I'm
Yes.
representing
The-
the entirety
Yeah,
of the
the
population
sentiments.
who was angered by the corruption
The
issues.
sentiments. How did it all start? What made you take a stand against the cycle of the vicious cycle of corruption as you see it?
Well, it all started with a false accusation from the NUP party where Chairman Puno stated that I was collecting signatures against Martin Romualdez.
Were you?
Hindi naman. Hindi ako nagko-collect ng signatures noon.
Why the paranoia?
Because during that time, that was 1 week before Speaker Martin resigned from House
I
Speakership.
see.
So parang nagkakaroon na ng mga issues si Martin Romualdez na yun na yung na umpisa nang nadamay na siya sa flood control issues. At yun din yung nagkaka-rumors na sa House na magkakaroon ng change in speakership. So they started blaming possibly anyone who might be involved in the call for the change of speakership. Tapos ako naman na naivik lang ako. I'm just a normal congressman during that time.
What do you think of Congressman Sandro Marcos?
Sandro Marcos. Wala siya. Kasi every month he's already being involved in the new issue, and right now he was also implicated in the flood control anomalies.
He's famous or infamous?
Naging infamous din siya, and he's also the presidential son. So whether it's correct or not, every issue involving the president will inevitably reflect both House Speaker Martin Romualdez, who is his cousin, and his son, Sandro Marcos. So regarding Sandro Marcos, personally, wala naman masyado. He's not my personal enemy at this time. But at the same time, if he is complicit in the corruption of Marcos, then he is the enemy of the people.
And I think this was all triggered. In fact nga, manotice mo yung social trend, no? Tahimik about Kiko Barsaga before until he started criticizing certain people that eto na, lumabas na
He's not AB normal siya mag-isip. Kung ano-ano naman sinasabi. Ang
Tandaan
dami na
mo,
sinabi. Personal attacks talaga to discredit that
Tandaan mo,
person.
yung mga geniuses, talagang AB normal yan.
Oo. Ano yun? Paano yung AB normal tayo?
And tingnan mo si the late Miriam Defensor, Santiago.
Yeah.
Akala ng mga tao sinasabi nila AB normal, pero napaka-genius niya.
Yes. Yes.
She was a genius.
Yes. Yes.
And itong nakikita ko, palagay ko, we're in front of a guy who's a genius.
Hindi, normal lang.
Meron kaming may perception na kami sa'yo, kaya kailangan panindigan mo na yan, ha?
Hopefully. Pero hindi lang siya in terms of intelligence, but also in terms of going against what is publicly perceived to be normal at the time. Yung publiko mismo yung kailangan magsabi sa gobyerno na gusto namin makita yan, instead of the government considering it as their democratic duty and the democratic right of the people to know what's happening with the people's money.
Kaya nga perception yan, Kiko, na lahat dito niluluto lang. Para bang walang nakukulong na magnanakaw. Kasi yung magnanakaw na nag-iimbestiga, yun din ang areglo. Nagiging protector. And in fact, mananotice mo na yung pattern. Makikita mo nga yung nag-i-investigate tapos they take parang lukewarm stance on a lot of things. Di ba? Parang, alanganin naman yung logic nun. Pero para sa mata ng tao na frustrated, hindi naman bobo ang tao. Napahalata talaga nila na nagiging protector na tong taon to. Parang nare-reveal yung actions, di ba? Parang the taste of the pudding is in the eating.
Sinabi mo yung short-term memory. Biro mo, pinatalsik natin yung matandang Marcos sa 1986.
Yung sabi ko kay Kiko kanina, you go back further.
Binoto natin yung anak how many years after, di ba?
After, 86.
Forgiving ang Pinoy.
86 to 20.
Forgiving o kaya short-term memory o kaya stupido.
But actually, para sa amin lang, kasi kami yung sumuporta kay Marcos, actually we're the ones who we defended him during 2022. Ang naging reason namin doon is nakita namin lahat ng mga pagkakamali ng mga Aquino, especially involving yung mga naging economic problems under President Aquino's time in the political
Cory
restaurant.
Aquino or Noynoy?
Both, Cory, Noynoy.
But
During those.
despite the fact,
nagkaroon ng economic success under Noynoy Aquino, pero nagkaroon din ng naging issues which led to the rise of President Duterte.
before we started this show, 59 something to a peso na yun ang dollar. That's probably what?
It's historical.
That's probably selling rate, not buying rate, di ba? When you buy it, it's more expensive.
My God, 59 point something?
As an importing nation, di ko na alam anong gagawin ng Pilipino talaga para kumain.
Lahat tayo nag-i-import ini-import natin at saka ang export product lang natin OFW.
Labor.
Wala nang iba.
Primary export
We are
natin.
reliant on the economy of the OFWs to bring in dollars and foreign currency, and yet heavily mistreated. Heavily. I was talking to OFWs there. Ang reklamo nila, pag pupunta ka na embassy, kailangan pa by appointment? Pwede naman online. Kasi sa ibang embahada, online na lang eh. Tapos Pilipino, tapos kunyari may uuwi ka, ang pahirap, grabing documentation daw ang kailangan nila. Can you imagine? Uwi ka na lang sa bansa mo, OFW ka, nagdapadala ka ng dollars or foreign currency sa Pilipinas, uwi ka na lang, ang haba-haba ng checklist mo.
And yet, sinasabi natin, ang mga OFW, ang bagong bayan, ay mga bagong
The
bayan.
hypocrisy behind it.
What's
Matanong
real
natin
now?
kay Kiko, inimplicate ni Zaldico si BBM sa insertions at sabi niya 1 billion how much
At least 1 billion.
50 billion pesos every month.
Grabe.
Anong
delivery.
anong take mo diyan?
Sobra naman yun.
Well, that's a very big possibility also. Kasi parang laglagan na to eh. Kung sino yung mga nahuli. Hindi naman papayag na si Zaldico na siya lang yung makukulong dito. Siyempre, ilalaglag din niya yung mga kasabwat niya.
Damay-damay.
And, yes, it's something we see all the time in crime. Yung mga,
Yes.
Sino yung unang kakanta,
Yes, you
yung
are
may
correct.
lightest sentence.
Well read ka sa crime kasi
Too common. Tama yun.
Nung police
Very-
reporter ako,
Common dun.
pag yung kriminal, pag sinabi
Naipit.
ipit na, magtatago, magtututuro na yan. Ayun ang nangyayari, palagay ko, tama si
Oo.
Kiko.
Oo.
Na, of course, ipit na siya eh. Because Zaldico thinks that he was thrown under the bus.
Ako nga, hindi ko maintindihan. What is this administration seeking to achieve na kinancel nila ng passport ni Saldico? Pa-win si Saldico? Ganun ba yun?
Possibly.
Di ba? Would it prod Saldico to go home? Would the host country bring him back home? Ang daming uncertainties niyan.
Ang problema kasi dito, hindi to katulad ng kay Tevez na siya lang yung pumatay doon. Si Saldico, this is Congress as an institution as a whole.
And government.
Yes, the
itself.
government institution as a whole. Pag may implicate si Saldico, kahit hindi niya ikanta si Marcos, si Romualdez, even if nagkaroon sila ng agreement, he will still have to imprison multiple congressmen and possibly senators. At ang pinaka-problema dito is, alam naman natin kung saan napunta yung mga pera. Nakita natin yung mga mansions, yung mga sports car, yung mga private jets ng mga congressman, ng mga
Yan ang masakit.
government officials.
Oo.
But the problem is that parang kahit anong ebidensya yung makakita natin o yung lalabas, every time there's a video of Zaldico, there's Orly Codesa, nagkaroon ng issue yung sa DPWH, tapos biglang nasunod yung office nila. Every time there is a lead that will bring us closer to justice, biglang nawawala yun, biglang i-stop yung
Kaya nga,
investigation, biglang nawala si Marcoleta sa Blue Ribbon.
So talagang ganun
Every time
talaga.
na nagkakaroon ng...
Admitted talaga, nakikita natin bilang mamamayan, not only as a congressman, may protector talaga ang corruption natin dito. Pero what is this? Posturing? Na balik ka na. Tapos pero ayaw talaga natin. Pag bumalik ka, papatayin ka namin.
Yes.
Ganun ba
By
yun?
Zaldico International Airport.
Correct.
Magkakaroon ng Saldico International
Correct, yes.
Airport sa Bicol.
Umaasa pa ba kayo sa mga tulong ng gobyerno na mga kagaya ng mga programa na ganito na libreng gamot, libreng konsultasyon?
Umaasa naman po ako doon po sa mga hindi nakaka-abil na makapadoktor sa mga private, sana po mayroon po sana po maano nila yung maabil po sila na nila yung programa ng yakap na libre po.
Question po namin, ano po yung mga services na available dito through PhilHealth, yung yakap program?
Through PhilHealth po, meron kami yung sa mga laboratories po. Yung mga CBC, lipid profile, mga FDS, X-rays, ECGs, and for the X-ray kasi po, wala kaming X-ray seats. So, meron kaming partner laboratory. So, meron kaming MOA with our partner laboratory.
Libre
Yes, sir. As long as naka-registered with us sa yakap na program ni PhilHealth.
Di na na-endorse ng doktor na kailangan mo magpa-lab test. Fa-fasting na yan ang gabi, the following day, babalik na. Kasi nandiyan sa taas ang lab eh. Ang Barangay Health Center, ang arrangement is magre-recommend yung doktor ng yakap, tapos i-recommend ka kang pumunta sa public diagnostic center. So doon, pipila ka doon. Baka abutin ka ng 3 hanggang sometimes 1 linggo bago ka ma-prioritize. Wow! Kaya yung iba, dito na lumilipat dahil nga mabilis ang dito, servisyo.
Walang bayad dito, no?
Wala pong bayad.
May
Pero
mga
hindi
gamot
na
po ba
lang
kayong nakukuha sa barangay? May mga gamot.
Lang po, parang madalang po. Kaya kami po, sa barangay, dumidiretso na lang din po.
Kasi sure may gamot dito. Sa barangay wala. Wala. Sa inyo din po, may mga gamot po ba sa barangay ninyo, mga ma'am?
Sa ngayon wala. Kung meron kang pahirapan yung buwa kasi kailangan pa ng mga ID na like pag wala kang QC ID, wala mo ng gamot. Kailangan mo magkuha muna sa City Hall ng QC ID or mga ID ng mga like congressman.
Sinasabi dapat.
Hindi kagaya dati na pag once na magpa-check up na ng barangay, kung may available, agad-agad kayo bibigyan niya yung pahirapan. Mawala yung mga sa barangay.
Wala.
In other words, Noemi, ginagawang political tool.
Kasama po natin ngayon si Dr. Mingita Padilla, isang ophthalmologist and also a champion for the Philippine healthcare. Also, she was one of the petitioners who filed a case against the transfer of the PhilHealth funds to the National Treasury, and that is she is one of the reasons why nabalik po yan sa PhilHealth ang 60 billion pesos.
marami atang hindi nakakaalam na kailangan may pondo na inilaan ang PhilHealth para sa mga lahat ng mamamayan. Senior citizens at saka hindi senior citizens. Not pag halimbawa gusto nila ng gamot, libre ang gamot na ibibigay
Check up.
ng
Okay.
PhilHealth.
Yeah. Oh, ganito, no? Ganito. Yeah, I think ang what you're talking about mo is the yakap. The yakap. Hindi niyo kailangan mo ospital para magamit ang PhilHealth. Ito yon, primary health care. Kasi nakakalungkot, napakaganda
Lungkot na.
sana ng programa, ang dami ng scam na nangyayari. No? And we have to be able to talk about it and nip it in the bud kasi ito magiging bagong flood control. People they're watching na the DPWH. Dito pala nililipat yung mga kalokohan. The Yakap Clinic is a clinic where we can have regular checkups and supposedly free maintenance medicines, 21 kinds of medicines. Supposedly, yun ang talagang nakasaad. It's capitation. No? So, kunyari ako, I want to register in Makati, kunyari Makati Life Hospital as my Yakap Clinic, okay? Kasi Makati resident ako. That means I can go there for initial, ang tawag doon, first patient encounter. Magre-register ako sa kanila as their patient. So, ando na ang aking record. You know, itong Yakap Clinics, basta i-register mo for first patient encounter ang pasyente, PhilHealth will pay you na. May ibababa na silang pera, 700 pesos, okay? Listen, this is why it's very prone to people who have bad intentions, no? Kaya tapos, ang dapat mangyari niyan,
Ghost
meron
patient, Binggita.
meron ghost patient, meron.
Meron.
Tapos meron ding identity theft. Kunyari, hinahakot sila ng ilang barangay, ilang LGUs in cahoots with PhilHealth technology providers and some officers. Tapos nire-register sila sa Yakap Clinic na hindi naman alam ng mga tao. Kahit yung clinic ay malayo sa kanila kasi naman may fee splitting. Meron silang kinukuha. Okay? And then, after that, hanggang doon na lang. Hindi alam ng tao, ng pobreng tao, na nakaregister siya at pwede niyang gamitin para magpa-test. Maraming test na dapat libre. Mga CBC, chest x-ray, etc. na hindi na babayaran. Hindi na kailangan bayaran basta PhilHealth member ka. Tapos yung 21 kinds of maintenance medicines. Kunyari, amlodipine, rosuvastatin, etc., etc., metformin. Yung mga basic medicines, okay? Pati antibiotics, no? And then, pero hindi alam ng tao. Tapos, malalaman lang nila, nakaregister pala ako dun sa Yakap Clinic, kay layo-layo, taga Parañaque ako, nakaregister ako sa Pampanga or sa Tarlac. Sino naglagay sa akin dun?
Identity
May mga scams
theft.
na ganon. Identity theft. So, tapos also some patay na nakaregister pa. Aside from the 21 types of medicines na dapat andun na sa Yakap Clinic, meron ding gamot na each PhilHealth member, you and I and Mon, no? Whether you're not senior, you're not a senior, kahit yung mga non-paying, yung tinatawag na informal, no, contributor, indirect contributors, we are entitled to 20,000 pesos a year, a budget for medicines na hindi available sa Yakap Clinic. So may mga pharmacies ngayon na accredited, okay? Oh, maganda yon, no? So kunyari, a doctor in my Yakap Clinic says, wala kaming gamot na ganito, ito medyo specialized. Pumunta ka sa butika na ito na gamot center. So pupunta ka doon, may reseta ako, and they're going to fill my reseta. And I have a budget that I can use up each year. So, ano na naman mga scams na nakikita namin? One, identity theft rin. We had a widow who was crying, isang byuda, crying kasi nalaman niya na yung kanyang 20,000 na
May kumubra na.
nagamit na ng iba. Upos na. So ano yan? Tapos,
magkano ba yung pondo para ba for each
everything.
for each individual? Magkanong
Yeah.
pera para yearly?
okay, for each individual, we are millions, we're members. That's 1,700 for the Yakap and 20,000 for the gamot. Can you imagine if that is stolen? Can you imagine how
22,000 times millions. Hundreds of millions.
Yes, hundreds of millions of people,
trillion
not tens of millions.
Trillion
Well,
yan.
I will tell a local governor, like government, like the mayor, o sige, lahat ng ng residente mo i-enroll mo sa akin, no? Akong bahala mag-enroll sa kanila. Ibibigay ko na ngayon sa mga Yakap Clinic na may cut ako. Okay? Tapos
Parang,
yung mayor may
parang
cut din.
network building, network sa
Yeah.
corruption.
So what happens is that yung service is substandard kasi ang binibigay mo sa Yakap Clinic hindi na sapat, di ba? And afterwards, they disappear.
May cut na.
Nakakuha na sila ng cut. Oo. Anong klaseng kalokohan ito? So, yung very essence and spirit, vital component of what we call primary healthcare and universal healthcare, nabababoy.
I have news for you.
Yes.
Itong isa sa sindikato, parang inaanak ni Pangulong BBM.
Ganon? Hindi ko alam yun. Talaga?
Sinasabi
Oh
ko
my
na sa'yo.
God. Grabe.
Eh,
It's really sad. Kaya
huhukain ko
mahirap,
pa yan.
mahirap. Ano ho?
Ang alam ko
Ano?
talagang Stradcom yan. Yung
So,
involved sa LTO, yung
Opo. Asay sila talaga. So, my point is, you have two brothers in the Senate and
Yes.
you're a media personality. Ako, I have no direct knowledge. I just know what the scams are because nagrereklamo
yes.
ang mga tao sa akin. And nakakaawa sila, pero hindi ko kilala yung people in themselves. But if you tell me that, then I suppose it's true. Now, because you're saying it in media. Out in the
Mingita,
open.
wala kasing paano nakakakuha daw? Saan ang yung mga Yakap centers sa Pilipinas? Wala.
All over should be.
All over supposedly, pero wala.
No,
Sa Quezon City,
actually,
ilan lang yan?
No, pero marami kung sa marami, no? Pero hindi ho lahat ay actually delivering the service they should. So, that's another thing. Dapat the people should know what services they have to expect. Kulang ho ng education, kulang ho ng communication. Okay? And alam nyo, ang daming, pati sa loob, kasi they cannot do this unless meron din kasabot sa loob, unfortunately. Diba?
Either
As
way,
I always say,
would you attribute that to failure in dissemination of information?
one of the
Trabaho
problems is that
Parang deliberate eh. Ang concern yung sinabi mo na nililipat na nila ngayon yung operations nila sa PhilHealth. Galing sa
Yes.
from flood control na pupunta na operations sa PhilHealth. Why do you say that? I mean,
no, all I'm
are
saying
these the
is that
same people who are, behind all this corruption?
no, I'm not talking about contractors, but some of the LGUs, some people, I saw their mga IDs, yung mga pinapalabas nila na, oy, nag-second patient encounter na kayo. Second patient encounter, pinadala sa akin ng isang doktor na nakita niya, second patient encounter means nagpagawa na kayo ng tests, things
Yes.
like that, no? Eh wala pa naman nangyayari. Meron na silang card na gano'n.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Di ba ang PhilHealth contributions natin yan? Is that even
Yes,
coming from
partly.
taxes?
No, like this. Our contributions, okay? Those who are contributing. But the sin taxes, a certain percentage should go to PhilHealth automatically. Okay? All the sin taxes, a
Syntaxes naman
certain
sa
percentage.
sigarilyo, sa alak.
Sigarilyo, yes. Now, a certain percentage yung sugary drinks also should go, taxes ito, should go to PhilHealth. A certain
Uh-huh.
percentage of Pagcor should go to PhilHealth. Ayan ay that's dictated by law. It's provisions by law. And yet, this government, 2025 budget, the most corrupt budget in the history of the country, right? It has been labeled. They gave PhilHealth 0. So they even went against the articles of law, isn't it? That they
Yes,
have to
that's
allocate.
correct.
So kahit yung mga sin taxes at yung from PAGCOR, hindi nila binigay sa PhilHealth. Aside from that, PhilHealth was asking because government naman is supposed to allocate the premiums for the senior citizens, the PWDs, etc., etc. So they did not also give enough. So talagang 0. Can you imagine 0? So who is
Ingita,
now
sabi mo, yung sin taxes dapat sa PhilHealth. Saan napunta
part
ito?
of that? Yeah,
And ang
that's why nga,
pinakamalupit dyan, the people who are in power do not do something about it. Parang sinasabing there's a connivance. Parang ganun.
yeah, conspiracy of silence.
Tito Mon, syempre hindi natin nakakalimutan ang ating blind item. Pero ngayong araw, special. Hindi kasi blind item. Hot topic. Tito Mon, tungkol to sa kapatid mo. Ano masasabi mo, Tito Mon?
Sinasabi ko, tawa ko ng tawa kasi natatawa ako. Kasi sinabi ko dun sa Facebook account ko, Facebook page ko, mukha, takot kasi sa asawa si
Ganun?
si Rafi. Takot na takot yan.
Matapang ba si
Ah,
Mrs.? Oo.
Hindi, mabait si Jocelyn. Kaya nga masyadong mabait, kaya takot. At saka nahuli ng ilang beses na nahuli si Rafi. Pero
Babaero?
sino si Rafi?
Babaero na nahuli.
Wala namang hindi babaero na tulfo eh. Siguro si Rafi sa galanti si Rafi.
Yun nga balita ko.
Dalawa sa pinakagalanting sa aming magkakapatid, si Rafi at saka si Erwin. Talagang
Palaging maggalante yan or
palagi silang galante. Siguro nung bata pa kasi kami, deprived kami. And yung nanay ko, yung mother ko galante. Because yung tatay niyang Hapon na businessman, talagang galante yun. Doon namin nakuha
Pero
yan.
Tito Mon, may balita ako. Si Sen Rafi daw, mas galante pag lasing.
Yun na nga. Yun nga siguro lasing. Sabi niya siguro, ganda nito. Bigyan kita ng istorya. Panahon ni nung si Erap, mayor siya ng Maynila. Doon kami sa isang restaurant. Inom kami. Nakita ni Erap, sabi niya, oy, ganda. Sabi ko, sino? Ang ganda no? Sabi niya, ganda nung waitress. Patawag mo. Saan? Sabi ko, saan? Ayun, sabi niya, bulag ka ba? Tinawag ko. Sabi niya, gusto mo maging scholar ko? Saan po? Sa pamantasan ng Maynila. Kayong pala, pamantasan pala ng Maynila, under pala ng City Hall yan, ano? Sa under ng City Hall yan. Sabi niya, bigyan kita ng scholarship. Tapos, sabi niya, baon mo. Ay, maraming salamat po. Sabi ko po, kainuman ko si Arap eh. Mahilig yan sa wine. Pagbalik namin, sabi ko, Erap, di ba? Sabi mo kagabi. Na maganda. Sabi ko, tawagin ko ha. Tinawag ko. Miss. Dumating.
Eto na yung magpaparal sa'yo.
Tapos, umalis na. Sabi ko, tingin mo, pagit pala. Minsan nadadala tayo sa kalasigan natin.